So, what am I doing here, you may ask? Well, one day Melinda and I were sitting down watching a review show, and she said, hey, I think you'd be good at doing that. So I thought about it for a while, and I said to myself, yeah, I think it'd be fun to do this. So I decided to start reviewing some of the movies I have at home. Most of it's going to be 80s and 90s action movies. If you know me, you know that's what I love. So yeah, I'll be doing other things too. Once in a while I might do a top 10s, some game reviews, comic reviews. Like it's fun to change once in a while. So you might be wondering, what am I going to start with? Well, the title, you would know that I'm going to review Tim Burton's 1989 Batman. Start off a franchise that ran from 1989 to 1997 when Batman and Robin killed the franchise and pretty much everyone else's dreams. But that's another day. Why Batman, you may ask? As a kid, Batman was my favorite superhero, even before I started loving Spider-Man. I remember a Christmas where I woke up and I had like a bunch of Batman toys and it was the greatest thing ever. I loved Batman so much back then. I even watched the Adam West 60s show playing on YTV. Watched that religiously every day. So that's how much I love Batman, and I want to like revisit my youth. So without wasting any more time, let's start the review.
The movie starts off in Gotham City, a city that's so bad that prostitutes solicit children. The family ends up getting robbed, but don't worry, because Batman's watching over them. Or an animation. Punks take a minute to count their cash when, out of the darkness, Batman appears and pretty much kicks their ass. He then goes on to say one of the most iconic lines in film history.
I want you to tell all your friends about me. What are you? I'm Batman.
In this next scene, we get to meet Knox, who to me is the most annoying character in the movie. He's so smug and thinks he's hot shit. You just want to punch him in the face or shut him up for a while. We also get to meet Jack Napier, who's a pretty creepy guy. But what I want to know is, why is everyone dressed like a 1920s mobster?
It's like everything in this movie is current except for the gangsters and reporters.
Back at the office, Knox is laughed at for his Batman story.
That's what they do to garbage.
Nice Bob Kane reference there.
Very funny. You should have a little more gore under the fangs, though.
He meets Vicky Vale, a photographer from out of town. She read Knox's Batman stories and thinks he may be onto something.
My pictures, your words, Pulitzer Prize material. Just think.
So they head off to Bruce Wayne's party to get the scoop, where Lando Calrissian, Commissioner Gordon, and the mayor all give Knox a shaft. Across town, mob boss Jack Palance is chewing up some scenery. He sends Napier off to access chemicals, where you get the feeling that something's not quite right.
You are my #1 guy.
I knew it! Commissioner Gordon arrives with a whole bunch of cops. At the same time, so does Batman. Pulls some pretty ridiculous shit in this scene. Like here, how did he not kill this guy? And also, how long was he waiting to pull this move? And how is he faster than a bullet? In the course of the show, Jack falls into the vat of chemicals, Batman being unable to save him. Batman is forced to escape, stupefying the cops. Where'd he go? Jack survives his fall into the vat of chemicals and gets a makeover. Doesn't go so well. Jack is reborn as a Joker and returns to seek vengeance against Boss Grissom. Luckily for us, we get to see Jack Palance overact his death. Oh yeah, and at the same time, Bruce and Vicky are having a date.
But do we really care?
After a night of passion and some bat swinging, Bruce gives Vicky the old FNL.
I can't make it then either. I've got a very important meeting today.
The Joker begins his rise to power, which means taking out some mob bosses, starting with this guy. And then he takes out the obligatory fat guy. Bruce is there to witness Dom DeLuise get killed, and notices the Joker looks pretty familiar to him. But there's no time to dwell on that because the news gets interrupted by a Joker commercial.
I get again and again. Where can I get these fine new items? Well, that's the game. Chances are you bought them already.
Can you imagine some guy popping on TV telling you that your deodorant will kill you? And the real stuff, not that John Tesh or Dr. Oz bullshit either.
As if that's not bad enough, the Joker falls in love with Batman's girl. He tricks Vicky into meeting him for a date at the Flugenheim. He must really have wanted time alone with her, because he kills everybody in the place. The Joker and his boys arrive and start destroying the art.
I kind of like this one, Bob. Leave it.
Their date doesn't go so well, so Batman crashes it and rescues Vicky from the Joker.
Where does it get those wonderful toys?
They get chased into an alley by henchmen and clown cars like to shoot all directions, and Batman handles them pretty easily. Up until this guy. But he's no match for Batman's stand in place and kick move. Now that they're safe from the bad guys, Batman takes Vicky to the Batcave by passing through the forest that's in every freaking Tim Burton movie. I'd just like to take a moment to talk about the music. Just listen to this.
This movie has one of the best musical score soundtracks ever made. So good, even I bought it, and I never paid for music.
In the cave, Batman asks Vicky to run Joker's poison secret in the press, but then it gets kind of weird.
Sent that stuff to the press yourself.
You're right. There is something else you have that I want.
What?
You might want to check yourself, Vicky. I think Batman slipped you a roofie.
Bruce passes by to apologize for the hump and dump and to tell Vicky.
I'm Batman.
But the Joker shows up for a second date with Vicky, and he isn't too happy that Bruce is around either.
Tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? What? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
It's a good thing the Joker only shot him with a BB gun. How else do you explain this little piece of metal protecting him? The Joker goes on TV to announce his festival.
At midnight, I will dump $20 million in cash on the crowd.
Now, I would also be tempted to go to a festival where there's $20 million in cash being dumped on the crowd. But this is from the guy who just not too long ago went on TV and announced that he was killing us with cosmetic products.
Bruce is also watching the announcement and finally realizes how he knows the Joker. This scene is another example of music that fits perfectly. As it turns out, the Joker is the one that killed Bruce's parents.
You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?
A lot of Batman fans were pretty pissed off about this direction in the movie.
In the comics, it was a common thief who killed the Waynes. But you know what? For me, it works in the movie because it adds a little bit of tension between Batman and Joker that otherwise wouldn't be there.
And then out of nowhere, Vicky shows up in the Batcave, fully aware that Bruce Wayne is Batman.
What the fuck, Alfred? It never occurred to you to just ask Bruce if maybe he wanted her to know? No, you just assumed him brought her to the Batcave. If I was Bruce Wayne, I'd be pretty pissed off.
Anyway, they have a heart-to-heart, and Batman heads over to Axis Chemicals, where he shoots out a door. Thought Batman didn't use gun. The Batmobile gets to the middle of the building, where it drops a grenade and blows up the whole building. Wouldn't rule my ass, he probably just killed like 100 people.
I find it pretty hilarious how this Batman has absolutely no qualms about killing. Like, he's just blown up a building with a few hundred people in it, and he's got no problem with that whatsoever. Big difference from the new Batman.
I know I'm getting annoying with this, but listen to the music. It's so good. Unfortunately, during his killing spree, Batman didn't manage to get the Joker. So it's off to the festival where the Joker and his henchmen throw money in the crowd and listen to some Prince music. However, the Joker reveals, surprise surprise, that he's gonna kill everyone with poison gas. But never fear, Batman will save them after he's done posing. He uses a claw on his Batwing specially made for this situation and releases the balloons into space.
He stole my balloons!
With the city now safe, Batman turns his attention to the Joker, who shoots down the Batwing with his oversized novelty gun. The Batwing crashes and explodes into a fiery inferno. Luckily, Batman survives and follows Vicky and the Joker up to the tower. The Joker knocks down the bell tower in order to block the entrance to the church. Commissioner Gordon and his men, being useless and incompetent, just say fuck it and leave.
Let's go.
Batman gets to the top of the tower and has to fight some henchmen.
How the hell did they get there? I mean, the Joker just dropped a bell blocking the front door, and the helicopter's not here for a few minutes. Does he have like guys stationed there just waiting?
He beats Infinite Flipman with a spatula, and Fat Guy just falls through the floor. But I gotta say, my favorite by far is this guy. He completely kicks Batman's ass. That's until this Batman remembers that he kills people.
Fatality.
The final fight begins, and it's pretty one-sided. Until this happens. Things look grim for the Dark Knight, who manages to attach a rope to the Joker's leg, forcing him to fall down to his death. Even in death, though, the Joker manages to get the last laugh. And so the movie ends with what might be the greatest superhero movie ending of all time.
There you have it, my summary of Batman. Now, I know this looks a little bit ridiculous when you watch it nowadays, and it is kind of corny, but I still love it. Jack Nicholson was great as the Joker, Michael Keaton did a pretty good job as Batman. The only problem is that the fighting style, it doesn't really do much, just stands there and punches when the guy gets close to him. Batman's supposed to be more like a ninja hiding in the shadows that you don't know is there until the last second. The Batmobile looked great, nice and sleek, and Batwing was good too. The only problem is that it got destroyed way too easily. So to conclude my review, I'm going to give this movie 4 stars out of 5, and since it's the first in the series I'm reviewing, it's number 1. So everyone keep in mind, this is my first review. Hopefully it'll get better from here on in. I'm still new at this, still learning tricks of the trade. Please leave comments, good and bad. Only way I'll improve. And I'll see you next time.